There used to be a game I played, a video game, and I was really good at it. I was really good at it from a young age. I know life that from when I was 14 to 17, so for 2 years and a half. And sometimes I think to myself, if this game ever became popular enough to support a living through the esport instead of dying, like it did, then in another timeline, I would have been an esports athlete. Anyway, I'm a martial artist and I do jiu-jitsu. So in that regard, I think I have the better timeline. I'm not worried about that. But what about every other aspect of my life? What about every other time I wish for circumstances to be slightly different so that they favored me? What about every other time that I hoped for another timeline? We humans, we love to fantasize. We love to fantasize whether you'd like to admit it or not. You do it subconsciously. What do you think dreams are? And that doesn't necessarily mean that your fantasies are going to be high fantasy, sci-fi, magic, whatever the hell. It could also just be hypotheticals. Real life fantasies are just that, a fantasy. Oh, I'm unlucky, a bird shattered my food. Oh, hell yeah! The vending machine dropped 2 candy bars, let's go. I wish I never stopped playing basketball. I wish I hadn't given up on my dream. When people wish for different realities, different timelines, they wish for video games, they wish for movies, they wish for a novel, they wish for an anime to be reality. Or some people also just wish for slight tweaks in actions they made in the past so that circumstances would be slightly different to favor them. For example, wishing that they had eaten their food faster so that the aforementioned bird didn't shit on it. But all people, when you sit them down, strip them of stimulation, where the only company is themselves, when people are bored, they start thinking. And if the topic of other timelines pops up, they're going to think, they're going to wish that they hadn't given up on their dreams. I had a mild existential crisis. I was thinking, and there were already paths I was starting to tread along during my youth that I deviated from far too soon to even know if they would have fulfilled me. Maybe they would have fulfilled me more than what I do now, but I don't want to think about that. We shouldn't think about that. Instead, think about now. What fulfills you the most now? Is it art? Music? Programming? Sports? Whatever it is, unapologetically pursue it. The haters. This thing that you like, you must have already aligned a decent chunk, if not all of your values to it. So why do you still care what a non-artist says about your art? You realize that the artist will never judge you, right? For picking up a paintbrush and making a shitty painting. The basketball player will never judge you for putting in the hours and missing free throws. And the producer will never judge you for making music in GarageBand, except for they probably will. The people that are shaming you for trying are the crabs that gave up on trying themselves. So instead, they snip at your legs so that you can't get out of the bucket. Look, I'm going to say it how it is. I don't want to regret, and I'm assuming you don't want to regret either. So do the thing. Pursue your dreams. Don't wish for another timeline where circumstances are a little different so that they favor you. You realize that you can influence your current timeline, right? We don't need to wish for another one. Literally, all you have to do is just make this one the best one. The best one where you give it your all in whatever it is that you want to pursue, whatever it is that you want to achieve, everything that you ever cared about. And whenever someone is motivating you with competitive spirit, because it's going to happen when you're passionate about something, people are going to motivate you with competitiveness. Don't listen to the people saying, oh guys, it's not a competition, you just gotta be better than yourself. Don't listen to them. The person telling you this is trying to get you to take a break. They understand the game. They are competing with you too. So don't take a break. You have a timeline to change. Why are you taking a break? And we're social creatures, we're social animals. We live and are through others. So how did you expect to pursue something that you love without in turn, by dedicating so many hours to it, becoming better than others or worse than others through competition? I don't like the modern soft mentality of, oh guys, it's just me against me. It's not a competition, guys. Just gotta be better than myself. You realize that this only works if you don't have to feed yourself, shelter yourself, educate yourself, help the people you care about, find a partner so that you're not lonely, take care of said partner so that you don't end up lonely, deal with emergencies, have a family, take care of said family, and give your gifts to the future generations, etc. This requires money, and to make money, you need to provide value to society. And if you want to do that through a specific skill, you're going to have to be better than the majority. If you're not, you aren't getting money, you aren't living. you aren't getting to do what you love to do. The more value you provide to society, the more you are rewarded. The better you are at something, the more you are rewarded. And don't be mistaken, the rewards are exponential. If you are the best at something, you're living the life. But if you're the second best at something, you're still living the life. Just that in comparison to the person that is the best at this skill, that is living the life, you're probably living half of what he's living. And it exponentially compounds down. It's an exponential curve. The closer you are to the top, the more exponentially you are rewarded for your efforts. So going back to earlier, what are you taking a break for? Anyway, money talk is for another video. I don't want to talk about that here. I just want us to stop wishing for different outcomes that we had full control over. Let's stop deluding ourselves. It's finally time to do it. After many wasted years where you said you were going to. Don't lie to yourself. You said you were going to lock in, but you didn't. After that many years, after so many broken promises, this is the year. This is the time you will change. Lock in. Don't take a break. You have a timeline to change. You don't want to go through life taking breaks, competing with yourself, barely scraping by, and then in the future, when you no longer have the option to change your circumstances as much as you did when you were younger, regret it and think to yourself, wish to yourself that you hadn't taken breaks. You don't want to end up on your deathbed thinking to yourself in another timeline. Like and subscribe for more facts. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.